Hey guys, another update. You may notice the theme of these. I have released a couple of videos this week. I have been recording. You may have noticed that. But I'll be honest, this week I have had a major mental breakdown. I have had trouble leaving my house. I went shopping on Tuesday, I think, and going to the shop and walking past all the stuff I used to buy my father. Like, obviously he was disabled. I was buying wet wipes. I was buying squash. I was buying juice. I was buying chocolates and biscuits. He loved mini rolls. He loved pink grapefruit. Walking past those aisles broke me big time. And I have had trouble even leaving the house, because outside the house is his car, which he never let me have. When he had a stroke, he never let me have his car because it was his car, and he'd use it again when he got better. That was always his thing. 6 years on, never got better. Obviously, he passed away. Was it 8 years, 10 years? I don't know anymore. I've completely lost track of time. I think 6 years. Anyway, so his car's outside the house. The week before he went into hospital, we were actively discussing. He was happy to put half his money forward to getting me a new car. Obviously, that's no longer possible because there's no income. So I have to hope my car passes its tests next week. But no, that's off track. But yeah, I've had a major mental breakdown this week. I was recording. I was getting videos up. But obviously, all I wanted to do was stay in my room and sleep. To give you an idea, I'm now sleeping 16 hours a day. I'm still barely eating. I'm forcing myself to eat. But I want you to know I'm mentally struggling. This is the first day I've not cried all day this week. It's literally a full-on mental breakdown. So I'm still going through his stuff, throwing away lots of old paperwork, keeping some paperwork for other things, and it's difficult. It's difficult. So, yeah. I am struggling majorly, but I am here. I promised you guys new videos, and I am doing them. I promised you guys Distant Worlds Universe. I haven't started that yet. It's difficult. I have started some Keeper RL. I've started and completed Harvest Massive Encounter. The first couple episodes were done the day before he passed away, so I sound so happy in them because I didn't know. Then obviously I get a bit more manic in the last few. I've got a load of Survival Sunday stuff going on because obviously they're easier to record. It's literally just me surviving in a wave-based game. Cutting it down was a bit difficult, but there you are. Throwback Thursday, when I do a random old game, is still being done. And obviously I'm trying to get back into Star Sector, which I do have some footage for, but getting it in is there. But yeah, I am mentally broken. I am mentally and emotionally broken. I don't talk about it much. Actually, before the last month and a bit, I never talked about my life. It occasionally came up that I was a carer for my father, because I didn't do well at school. I was going back to college or university, whatever it's called in your area, like really high level education. And I was going to, redo everything. I was getting back in to redo everything. On the day he had the stroke, is the day I took my entrance test. If he'd waited just another few weeks to have the stroke, my entire life might have been different. But on the exact day I went to restart my life, he had the stroke. So obviously that's affected me a lot. I've basically been a shut-in for a few years. In 2019, I started going out again for the first time ever. Started seeing people, doing stuff. I finally started relaxing more. Because obviously after all the years, I'd finally, end of 2018, 2019, me and my father started having major arguments. We started hating each other. Obviously we still made up and apologised, but we started yelling and stuff. I always started the fights. And 2019 was the year in February, I started seeing people and doing things. And then 2020 came. So I haven't seen or hung out with people in a year. And before that it was many years. So I'm in a dark spot. I'm going to say major depression runs in my family. My father used to take tablets for it because his depression was extremely strong. He never got over my mother's passing 30 years ago. And some days he had to take tablets because he didn't want to carry on. And that runs in the family. Both sides. I am a majorly depressed person. I deal with depression weekly, sometimes daily. And this mental break I am having, as you can tell, I can't even keep a straight voice talking. I am very depressed. Going shopping has been too much too soon, but I can't obviously get stuff sent in. The end of the month, we will be burying him. So I have to get over my not wanting to leave the house thing. Literally the last day of the month. I wanted to bury him on April the 1st, April Fool's Day, because his dark sense of humour, he'd have loved that joke. But they can't. So, yeah, last day of the month, the 31st, we'll be burying my father. I'm not allowed to see him. I haven't seen him since the 6th, when he passed away in front of me. And they may not even give me locks of his hair, because of the new rules. So, when he finally gets buried, it'll be nearly 2 months since he passed. I won't have seen him for 2 months. I won't have heard him for 2 months. And I may not even get any locks of his hair. Now, I haven't run the vacuum over in a month, and I think there's a lot of his hair wrapped around it, but it's not going to be the same as you can imagine. So, yeah, that's how I currently am. I'm mentally breaking. I spent an entire year trying to socialise. And then it got taken away in 2020. And 2021, my reason to care got taken. So my urge to socialise and my reason to care are both gone. Now, I do have a couple of people making sure I don't do anything stupid. I do honestly have a couple of people making sure I don't do anything stupid. But this is me telling you what's going on. And I will be recording more stuff. Because it's one of my few releases from this. I want to do more Dyson Sphere. But I bought Dyson Sphere on the week he went to hospital. I released 2 episodes after he went to hospital, 3 episodes before, and we literally discussed how it took me 16 hours to make the first 4 episodes. So it's a tainted game. But I love Dyson Sphere, but it's tainted. Anyway, I'm still here. I'm very depressed. I have had a mental breakdown. New videos are coming. And I promise you I won't do anything stupid. But if anything bad does happen to me, I do have a video prepped. But obviously that shouldn't be needed. I do have a goodbye video. I prepped about a year ago. Because obviously I was very depressed about a year ago as well. And if that video ever gets released, it means something. But that video is basically scheduled to run at the end of a month. And at the beginning of the month, I reset it to the next month. So at the beginning of every month, I reset it. If that video ever pops up, I'll explain a couple of things, but obviously it won't be in date. But anyway, thanks guys for listening to my ramble. I apologise for this. I am getting the channel back up and running. I am rebooting some stuff. I'm rebooting Kenshi because it's been too long. I'm getting a RimWorld series prepped. It's kind of fun to just relax and play a game I spent so many hours in. And thank you to all the patrons. I know you guys probably won't want to keep on supporting me at the level you guys currently are. But for each and every one of you Patreon supporters, it's going to... Well, right now it can't afford the bills, but I'm using it to afford food. I'm using it to currently afford food for this month. And I'll be using it to pay some of the bills next month. But thank you guys. Be awesome. Be epic. And tell someone you care about that you love them. Just in case. Because life is short. And you never know what's happening tomorrow.